Hello, my name is Daniel Yuck. Thank you for watching today. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. In this video today, I'm going to be diving into an in-depth review. We're going to be taking a close-up look here at this electric pro dot pen from a company called Inlumino Heart Ink. These are also ballpoint cartridges as well. By the end of this video, we will know what to expect from this set right here from Inlumino Heart Ink. I will be leaving my affiliate links for you in the description below so that way you can check out the gear featured in this video on your end. Should you have any questions at all, I encourage you drop a comment below. I'll do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. With that being said, let's get right on into this. This electric pro dot pen and these ballpoint cartridges will pair up fantastic with any one of my assorted tattooing workbooks that are designed to allow us to practice multiple aspects of tattooing on the go, anytime, any place. These tattooing workbooks will be available in the description below. These are available on my Amazon author page. You can head on over to amazon.com, type in Daniel Yuck, and you will see these assorted tattooing workbooks pop right on up. Within my reviews, I like to give you all a close-up look at all the products so that way you can see everything close up and know what to expect. Let's start with the electric pro dot pen and then we'll make our way to the cartridges. Again, by the end of this video, you're going to see everything and know what to expect from this electric dot pro pen and electric pro dot pen and the ballpoint tattoo cartridges. Forgive me there. So you can see the packaging is pretty straightforward here. Here is the top, completely sealed. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at what comes inside the package. So I believe we're going to open it like a book. This is what we are greeted with upon opening. So this looks like some sort of user manual here. I like to give you all the full in-depth review so that way you can kind of know what to expect, as I mentioned. So this is a user guide here for this pen. So it has adjustable pen tip length. You can see adjustable speed control, long-lasting power, convenient ballpoint pen cartridges, and it says versatility at your fingertips. Forgive me, I cannot read today. However, feel free to pause so that we can kind of read this thoroughly on your end. We're going to go over all of this in detail here. I kind of want to just give you first impressions out the box so you can see everything and know what to expect. Here is some foam, and here is the actual unit itself. Let's bring this close up so that way you can see. It actually is pretty thin. It's like the size of like maybe some Sharpie markers, maybe a little bit thicker than a normal standard Sharpie. However, it is not big at all. As you can see, it is actually a really nice natural size. So this is actually great for ballpoint cartridges. This is much like one of Ink Claw's tiny tattoo pen machine, but this one's dedicated to, as you can see, electric pro dot pen. This one's dedicated for ballpoint cartridges. At the bottom, it actually looks like it comes with more cartridges right there. We'll get to that in a moment. But this is the actual unit itself. Let's give you a full 360 look at this. Let's see if we hold this down. So you can see up top, this is where we get an indicator. It's on. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it's minimal vibration actually. Very, very quiet, very, very soft. Has a little battery indicator right there. Turn on and off. Let's see the voltage range here. So we start at 4 volts. And then we make our way to 7.5. So this is a 4-volt machine to 7.5. Not bad. I've never really seen ranges, limited between 4 and 7.5. However, since this is dedicated to ballpoint pens, I would assume the application will be a little bit different. Realistically, I never need more than that anyway, so that's really neither here or there for me. However, that is the voltage range. To turn it off, you just simply hold the power down, and you can see it powers off right away. Very, very nice. It actually feels very natural in my hand. It doesn't feel like abnormal at all. Keep in mind, this is a machine and not any sort of actual pen. So that's to be considered. Right here, we have an extra battery is what this looks like, which is always a plus. So you would just unscrew it. You could charge the battery right there. Both of them are the same. Here is this design. so we can kind of get a close-up idea of it. And then you would just switch out your battery like so. Great. And then right here comes with the charging cable. Under here you can see we have 6 ballpoint pen cartridges that come within this bundle right here. And if I'm correct, these are water-based, so we don't have to worry about them drying out. But you can see they do come with a little dipper right there to keep them from drying out. But to my understanding, these are going to be water-based, so drying out shouldn't really be much of an experience with us on these. But this is the actual design of them. We'll go ahead and take a look at the other ones here as well, and then we'll see how everything performs using my tattoo workbooks. So that is the cartridges right there. And that's basically the end of what's in here. Now let's go ahead and move on to the actual ballpoint cartridges. Right here I have 3 different boxes, and each one comes with 6 ballpoint cartridges. We have red, we have black, and blue. These are the 3 different colors that I will be testing here. This is the side of the boxes, up top, down below. Here is the backing of them. I really do like the packaging. I feel like this is thought out. I do like the design and everything. It's really cool artwork. What I would like, and I do pay attention to all of that. All of that does give me a better experience opening this stuff up. So those are little things that I do appreciate. Just like the Muso Toku Mercury M1 tattoo machine. I love how the employees stamp it, and the employee stamp has their face in like cartoon form. It's really, really cool. So I love when companies pay attention to details like this. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and get these open so that we could take a closer look at everything inside. So we got them open out the box, and it looks like they're slip sleeves right here. So you can see, opening this up, we have a card here. Again, attention to detail. This is what the card says. Feel free to pause and read this thoroughly on your end, kind of go over it. And you can see, this is really cool. I like the way these are packaged. So you can see that we have the 6 ballpoint cartridges right there. Let's go ahead and take these out. You can see it's the same body style as the white ones. However, this is just a different color. So this one's going to be the black ones here. We'll take a look at the red and blues. This is the backing here, which is actually really unique. I love that. You can see right here. That's the blister pack. Let's go ahead and open it up and take a closer look at the actual unit itself. That's a very interesting design. I'm not against the design at all. I have nothing bad to say about it. Typically when I don't like things, it stands out pretty quick. As of right now, nothing really screams that to me. Nothing tells me that I don't like this. So this is the design close up. We're gonna hear the machine and run all of this here, so just be sure to stick around. I assure you by the end of this video, you'll have a full understanding as to what you can expect from the Inlumino Hard Ink Electric Pro Dot Pen. Here is the blue. And you can see the cartridges reflect the color that is within the bundle. So here is a blue cartridge, same design. However, the only thing that changes is the actual color. All of them are sleeved and corresponding colors to whatever color you choose to use. So that right there is really, really cool. And then for these over here, I'm not really sure what color that one is with the white bodies. However, we'll go ahead and take one of those too, just to kind of see. It could be black for all we know based on this little indicator. However, it could be white for all we know. I really doubt that, but you get the idea. So you can see that the white though is still the same. They all share the same body. However, it just changes per color you're using. It's running at 5 volts even. It's very low vibration. I don't really feel much vibration at all. You can hear that it's super, super low in noise. It actually feels like more like a pencil than it does a tattoo machine, or a machine rather. So at first impressions, granted, I haven't used it yet, I haven't used the cartridges, but at first impressions, some of my first impressions in terms of like mechanics and user friendliness here is it's pretty easy to set up. There's nothing to it. The size of it is almost perfect to house a motor that makes this into a machine. We have a good range of voltage. We don't really need more than 7.5. I never have, however, everyone's different. Voltage range isn't neither here or there for me. Right now I'm running at 5 volts, and if I'm going to be using this for stippling, which is exactly what I'm using it for, and lining and practicing my fundamentals, I really wouldn't go over that. So voltage range is straight away for me. It feels great in my hand. It doesn't feel overbearing or loud at all. You can hear it, it's fine. So once again, first impressions out the box, this thing is checking out on multiple fronts. It is a ballpoint cartridge machine, so therefore I'm approaching it like that. I'm not approaching this as if it's a tattoo machine. I'm approaching it as if it's made and designed for cartridges, and with that sort of, headspace, this thing does feel great in my hands. The size of it is perfect. Vibrations low. If I wanted to take the voltage down more to 4, there we go, that's the lowest voltage range. Highest voltage range is going to be 7.5. We shouldn't get too much sound. Just a little bit more, not too bad. Yeah, so even right there, this feels really powerful. That feels like way too much power. I would never use that much for using ballpoint cartridges. So the fact that it does go that high is great. For me, I'm going to stay around 4 to 5, 5.5 sometimes. Take a quick look at these cartridges over here. So this is the blue. And then let's go ahead and check out the red, same thing. And that other one that came with the pin there. And one more right here. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to a different angle. Let's get my tattoo books out, and let's actually test out the performance of this Electric Pro dot pin from Inlumino Hard Ink. Here I have the Fundamental Tattoo Handbook. I want to go ahead and just pick some random exercises in here, and I want to test out the Inlumino Hard Ink Electric Pro dot pin. I'm very excited to check this pin out and see what it has. If you are interested in pairing this combination with these tattoo workbooks, my affiliate links will be for you down in the description below. These tattoo books are available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. You can head on over to Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, type in Daniel Yuck, and you will see these tattoo workbooks pop right on up. There is a various assortment of many different books. Combined with this allows us to practice on the go, anytime, any place, anywhere, and we are going to be carrying over the techniques that we pick up using a ballpoint cartridge, translating them over to tattooing. So here I have some basic lining exercises. I'm going to go ahead and do a first test here by approaching it exactly as I would as if I'm tattooing. I'm going to test out the performance and the feel, and you can see instantly I notice a difference with this with these ballpoint cartridges versus other. Since they are water-based, you can see that the ink deposits cleanly. I can see my line weight, I can see my work here, and I can see my depth, and you can see how it's a little bit inconsistent with depth, so now I know I need to practice. So that right, it feels like gel-like, but it's they're water-based from what the company told me and from what I've read. And you can see though that I'm getting nice, clean, solid, saturated lines. As soon as I pulled that first line, instantly these things won me over. These are probably so far one of my favorite, if not my favorite ballpoint cartridges. These, and then it's Ink Claws next. But these are definitely going to be the winners, no doubt. So you can, it really doesn't take me long to decide that. I've used enough ballpoint cartridges to know the behavior. And these right here are definitely the winners by a long shot. So you can see though that I'm able to get these reps in. We're not ripping through the paper. It's not bleeding either. I can still come back here and then practice these exercises as well if I like. So you can see I'm gonna have to challenge myself a little bit. Adjust accordingly. Whoops. Very deep there. But we're still not breaking through the paper. I'm still figuring out fundamentals, how I'm going to go about practicing. Posture, position, all of that. But you can see, same line, multiple sides, did not break through the paper. At first impressions, just doing these 4 lines, this thing is buttery smooth. Trust me, I've used a lot of ballpoint cartridges, although they all definitely work and do their thing. These right here just have a completely different feel. These right here, I feel like since they're water-based, it was definitely done right. The ink flows in smoothly. It feels like gel ink, but it's not. But yeah, so that's the best way that I could describe it. It feels really smooth. I'm able to see the accuracy of how deep I'm going, how much pressure I have. You get the idea. So watch, for example, let me explain a little bit more here. So I'm going to approach it the exact same way I would as if I'm tattooing. Find my posture, my position, make sure I'm comfortable, make sure my angle is correct. If I wanted, I could make this area a little bit fatter to mimic a tattoo machine by wrapping adhesive around. That's 110% acceptable. You can see how consistent my lines are coming out. Depth is great, not too much. And when I say depth, you can tell by the line weight. So the fact that my line weight comes out consistent lets me know that I'm staying at an equal depth throughout the entire line process. There we go. And then I would repeat. Man, I've instantly fallen in love with this thing. This thing is awesome. And I'm not just saying that. It feels great when I'm using it. Combined with my tattoo workbooks, this thing is fantastic for practice. So I'm going to do some zigs right here, or some like, not necessarily zigzags, but more curvatures here that are a bit difficult to keep consistency going all the way through. So I can strengthen these areas anytime, any place on the go. Same thing, I'm going to taper in. So I'm practicing posture, position, hand speed to voltage. I'm getting a good idea as to how far I should be going, which would relate to depth, posture, position, stability. The list goes on and on and on of how I'm going to go about developing. This is, again, development real time, anytime, any place. These are the same fundamentals that I would use as if I'm actually tattooing. So as of right now, I can confidently and easily say that this is one of my, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. As of right now, I could confidently say that this is by far my favorite setup for ballpoint practice here. These right here are fantastic. They feel like gel ink, but they're not. The ink goes into the paper nice and cleanly. Let's go ahead and test out some more colors here. So here is the blue. Let me go ahead and see if we get the same experience. And off the bat, I could already tell as soon as we get to the paper, it's the exact same experience as we were just using, but just with blue ink. That is absolutely fantastic. That is absolutely great. And I'm not overhyping this. I never do that. I never overhype a product to try to sell you or anything. This is just exactly the way practicing on the go should feel. So right now I'm only using 5 volts. Don't need much more than that to do anything. I'm just practicing lining here, as you can see. And the red is vibrant and fantastic. It's actually a lot of fun. Yeah, hands down, by far, these are the best cartridges I have tried till today. First is going to be the Inlumino hard ink ballpoint cartridges. After that is going to be Ink Claw, and then everyone else after that is the way that every other company that I've tried after those. But definitely, these are by far already my favorite. Yes, I can confidently say that because I heavily use ballpoint pen cartridges all the time. For those who are curious, even though it's a water-based ink, you can see that I did 3 different colors. It's not breaking through the paper. You can see a little bit of red on this side. However, that's perfectly still, we can still practice on this side as well. So the water-based ink isn't breaking through the paper. If we do find ourselves, tattooing on any paper and we're breaking through, it's probably because the technique that we're using is a little bit inadequate, and that's where we need to develop a little bit more. So these are gonna be, it looks as though these are also black. A to B, there you go. Very, very clean. It feels great, it really does. This thing feels fantastic. This is great for practice. This is like the ultimate setup. Like for practicing like this on the go with ballpoint pens, this is definitely going to be number one. And then number two on the list would be ink claw ballpoint cartridges with the ink claw tiny pen. Those are definitely the first two candidates that come to mind. And there we go. So that is the one that came with it. Very, very clean though. On a side note, if you're skipping around the video and you see this part, I am practicing within my tattoo workbook called the Tattoo Practice Companion, which has loads of different exercises from beginner liner exercises all the way to advanced lining exercises. We also get shading exercises, we get dot work exercises, fine line exercises, and everything else in between. So this is like one of the heaviest books that you can get to practice tattooing, to better yourself anytime, any place. This one is the Tattoo Practice Companion. If you're wanting to learn about tattooing, then you can check out the Fundamental Tattoo Handbook, which is a book that I wrote that shows, or that I explain everything that I learned throughout my tattooing journey here. You can see I really wrote this out. It's actual literature with illustrative images and a whole bunch of useful information that you can utilize on your end to learn more about tattooing. It also includes exercises as well in the back. It has a supply list that you can access online. But there you go. These are available and many more on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. What's really cool about this is that I can practice most of my stipple work, fine lines, lining. I can practice dot work, and I can practice the fundamental of shading through stipple shading. So a lot can be done by practicing like this on the go, anytime, any place. This is really, again, one of the best ways to practice in today's tattooing environment. So like if I go right here, you can see that I can do small little fine line, daintier tattoos if I like, and really take my time. And this approach, it's important to reiterate that this approach is the exact same approach that I would take as if I'm actually tattooing on human skin. My technique that I'm learning, everything that I'm developing here does not change. I just adapt to tattooing human skin. Which means some things may take less passes than on paper, some things may take more. You get the idea, just minor natural fluctuations from paper to human skin, but the techniques will still be translated on over. And they will be not so brand new to us. This can definitely speed up the process of our development and our learning. All in all though, my first impressions with this machine and with these ballpoint cartridges is this thing is amazing. I would recommend it to anyone who's wanting to take their tattooing journey to the next level. If you're wanting to develop quicker, if you're wanting to develop and practice more, then this is definitely one for the arsenal here. I can get really detailed and really like dainty here, which is really cool. This is actually really fun. I'm kind of getting carried away, but I figured y'all could kind of observe this real time and really see the Inlumino Pro Dot Pen in all of its glory. This thing is fantastic. These ballpoint cartridges are great. This is awesome in my opinion. This is this is exactly what I would expect for stippling and shading to feel like. You can see I'm applying a little bit of shades here. And that's exactly how I would do it as if I'm actually tattooing. Nothing is changing. This is exactly how I stipple with needles as well. And then from here, I would literally just keep building up the tattoo. This is exactly the workflow for tattooing. You're just doing section by section, building it up as cleanly as you can get it. So before I close out this video, I want to give you all some of my final opinions. I've been using this for about, within an hour. Now, this is a product that's dedicated to a specific niche, which would be stippling, dot work, ballpoint pens. For what this is outstanding. This product right here feels great in my hands. It feels solid, very, very light vibration. I can see that this is water-based, as the ink applies to the paper much more differently than most of the inks that are on the market today. So the fact that it's water-based is definitely a smart way to go. You can see that I'm able to see multiple aspects from like my needle depth. I can see if I'm angling my needle wrong. I'm able to practice my hand speed to my voltage. I'm able to practice my A to B point. So focus right here. Here's my A point. Posturized position. See if I can clean this in one go, or apply this cleanly in one go. So I'm able to do a lot. I'm able to practice dot work, shading, and everything in between, all with this pin right here. So this thing definitely serves its purpose. When you combined it with tattooing workbooks like these right here that I've created for us, this is definitely a fantastic way to improve. But not only that, improve rapidly. I really can't get enough of that. It feels super smooth. This is by far the smoothest ballpoint pen cartridge that I've used. Combined with this machine, this is a no-brainer. This thing feels fantastic. It's the Inlumino Hard Ink Electric Pro Dot Pen, and these are the Inlumino Hard Ink dot pen tattoo cartridges, ballpoint dot pen tattoo cartridges. They're 6 per pack. Definitely worth it. They're water based, so allegedly they're not going to be drying out on us, but based on the way that they feel and the way that they perform, I could see these holding up very, very well. Look at that. That's awesome. Hopefully I'm still on camera here. It really doesn't take me long to know if I like what I am using or if I don't. That's actually almost instant. And right here I can guarantee you, if I feel this way about this product, chances are you're gonna love it too. Once again, I will be leaving the affiliate links for you in the description below, so you can check out this gear that I'm featuring in this video on your end. If you're wanting to gain access to these tattoo workbooks, you can get your copy at Amazon and Barnes & Nobles, either or, your site of choice. Let me go ahead and I went straight for lining. These are great for stippling as well. So let's not be limited by just my demonstration. These are going to be great for multi-purpose, not just lining. I just figured that I do lining more because that's what I want to practice and specialize in. You get the idea. So out the box, at first impressions, this is my initial use, and this thing easily earns a 5 stars. From the ballpoint cartridges to the actual machine itself, this is a no-brainer. If you're looking for tools to help you develop, these right here are a definite way to go front. The tattoo workbooks combined with these ballpoint cartridges, yeah, it makes tattooing worthwhile. It makes progress much more quicker, because when you switch over to your machine, you're going to be used to the vibration. You're going to be used to holding the machine in place. You're going to be used to holding your paper in place, and all of this transfers over to your actual tattooing workflow. There we go. You can see I'm posture position every time, making sure I'm getting clean, consistent lines every single step of the way. There we go. This is actually a lot of fun. I don't want to stop this exercise right here, but like, just like look at the way the ink gets deposited. Look how smooth that is. Super clean. I will do more videos where I shade more, and I will give you more updates as well if you're kind of skeptical still. Like, I'm going to be using these over the next coming months, and I'm pretty sure when that time frame comes around, even after a few months, I'm going to have the exact same opinion. These things are fantastic. $110% recommend. This is a no-brainer. This review is officially squashed, man. This thing is awesome. 5 of 5 easily for multiple reasons. The performance is there, very easy to use. The packaging is also great. This is a great investment for anyone who's either wanting to do this sort of artwork as a medium, even if you're already a tattoo artist and you have your technique down. This can be great for an awesome artistic medium. This is great for anyone who's also wanting to develop further within tattooing at a quicker pace. Depending on the user will determine how quickly one progresses. However, being able to practice like this on the go, anytime, any place, is definitely going to improve anyone's skill set. So to conclude this review, easily, I'm going to give the Inlumino Hard Ink Electric Pro dot pen as well as the Ballpoint dot pen cartridges. This is going to be 5 stars in my book. Easily recommend this one to anyone who is looking for this. Again, my tattoo workbooks is what I'm using right now. These you can get right now. If you go to Amazon.com, type in Daniel Yuck, you will see an assortment of various tattooing workbooks that I have. My affiliate links will be down below. Once again, to conclude this video, this is going to get a 5 stars from me. The Ballpoint cartridges are an easy 5 stars. The tattoo or the machine is also 5 stars. Very lightweight, very easy to use, low vibration. The ink just deposits cleanly. The machine just works. No hiccups at all, as you can see. So even if you're an absolute beginner and you've never set up a machine, this is guaranteed that you'll be able to open up the box, load your cartridge in, and get to practicing right away. Let me go ahead and just finish this out because this is way too fun not to finish it. Let me go ahead and adjust this way. A to B all the way through. Let me go ahead and navigate this way. No doubt in my mind, this is a fantastic product that I would highly recommend for you to check out. In that case, my links will be for you in the description below in case you want to check out the gear featured in this video. When you pair something like this with my tattooing workbooks, you get a mean combination. And I have an assortment of various tattooing workbooks, as I've mentioned, from dot work, shading, line work. We have print to practice, where you can print out designs directly through a thermal printer. Here's a tattoo journal volume 1, 2, and 3, and many, many more. Again, those workbooks will be available right now on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble. Go over to either site, type in Daniel Yuck, and you will see the books pop right on up. Same thing for these. If you want to check out this Electric Pro dot pen along with the Ballpoint cartridges, you can go ahead and head on over to Inlumino Hard Ink. I believe it's going to be .com. If it's not, the link will be for you just to navigate to the website by clicking the link below. Highly recommend checking this out. This is a fantastic product. Smooth ink, a really balanced feel, low vibration, super light machine. All in all, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up from me easily, no brainer. If you have any questions about anything that you saw through this video, I encourage you to drop a comment down below. I'll do my absolute best to assist in the best possible direction. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring that bell for me. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. I would appreciate the support, and it really does help out my channel. I appreciate you, your time, and thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.